So much, guys, on the desk. Love listening to you break it down, but I'm going straight to the source for this one. I've got Coach Guille over here, and we have a lot to talk about. We saw Mibr absolutely dismantle Liquid on that first map. 2-7. You got to be feeling good after that. How did you do that?
We saw that the bank, they were very needed with the OSA. So we thought, let's pick bank, let's ban OSA. Because OSA, the dynamic of Liquid is to use OSA to close to lock the rotations, to dominate the map. So they were very dependent. So we saw that. And we imagined, let's pick and let's ban and let's play. That's it.
It played out brilliantly for you guys. You had them on the back foot. You were crunching them on time. Were you guys as concerned about the time as well, or was that part of your strategy?
Oh, well, I don't think so, to be honest, but it was great.
Hey, it worked out well in the end. You guys took it 2-7, as I said. Then you moved on to Oregon. Oregon looked like a little bit tougher map for you guys starting out, but you took a tactical pause around pretty early on there and managed to turn it around for your team. I know that's you in there, so how did you motivate the team?
Well, I called the pause because I think that was a moment to think about and to review the strategy of Liquid. So it was like a moment to take a breath and review the Liquid. Basically was that. And then we were very surprised about this pick because we were expecting Club or Villa, but Oregon was a surprise to us. And because of that, I imagine that was more tough, but it was a nice map over time, right?
I would definitely say so. You turned it in your favor. And I wonder, when you're talking to the team, when it's a mental crunch like that, how do you use a soft touch? How do you encourage the team without breaking their hearts?
To keep the energy. This is the key, because sometimes you lose and then you go like down and you start to lose your how can I say, your energy, your confidence. So I always try to be back and shout and little punch, and run like a crazy one, because I feel that I am important to keep this, If they are down, I never can be down, I always need to be running and punch, energy, and that's it.
You absolutely proved your value, because that talk and that reframing turned the team around, and it was neck and neck until that overtime victory there. You had an excellent performance across the team. I think there was only like a five kill spread between Falls and Philippox at the end. Everyone rose up in skill. Everyone came to perform, and then you had Reduct with a brilliant close out there. As coach, watching this play out, knowing you had a piece of that, what's that feel like?
It's very amazing, because how can I say? I really like when they play, when they are communicating a lot. When I see that they are not losing in the game. Lost, right? Lost. That's amazing, really, because they know how to play, they know the tactics, they know Liquid, but I really need my team with very communication constantly, and this is amazing, really.
Yeah, I have a lot more questions for you, but I have a feeling we're going to get to talk maybe once more again in this tournament. How are you feeling about your shot at that final spot at the end of the day?
Oh, that's amazing, I think. But okay. Well, I would like to say that the key moment in Oregon, I think that was that we won a lot of the defense of the Laundry. It is a key moment. When the attack wins this bump site, you basically are winning the Oregon. So I think that we won 2 rounds or 3 rounds. I don't know. But the overtime, the first round was in Laundry, and we won. And I knew it. We won. Finished. It's us,
We saw your team celebrate a little bit like that, so we were happy to see that carry through and turn out to be true in the end. I gotta say, I feel proud of your team, and all I did was watch. You've got to feel amazing. I know the fans out there love to see it. Anything you want to say to them?
Yes, I will say in Portuguese to the crowd of Brazil. É isso aí, galera. A gente ganhou. Vamos seguindo aí, estamos em top 4. Muito obrigado pelo apoio. E somos Mibr, e vamos pra cima que amanhã tem mais. E passo a passo a gente chega lá. Valeu. Thank you very much. I'm sorry because I was kind of nervous. This is a nice stage. And the hammer, I've never seen the hammer so close.
You are
It's so
closer
beautiful.
than ever before, Guille. And you guys
Yes.
have a great shot at the finals. You're fantastic on stage. Lovely to talk to every time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the insights on your team and your strategy. Let's hand it back to the analyst desk now. Take another look at that match.
Thank you very much, Rachel and Guille, coach from Mibr. We come back to the analyst desk and break down a few of the last bits remaining before we toss it to our break. So quite a bit to talk about. First up, our MVP. So many great performers over in this matchup. Who really stood on top? Let's talk about it, shall we? Ollie, put you on the mark for it. It's Raps, our MVP.
I mean, who else could it be, realistically? Raps has had a stellar series here, really making a significant impact, and he's not always the player that does. It's nice to really be able to highlight a player that steps up out of nowhere, and Raps has certainly done that. Usually sits around mid-pack with Fleapox at the top, but in this series, he had some incredible positioning, and it really led him to being quite a key force, particularly on the attacks for Mibr.
That 4-0 entry stat as well. We talked about how important this was going to be for Mibr. If they can get that entry, then they can start winning rounds, and I think that's exactly what happened, all because of Raps.
Well, here's some of his highlights also in the game. If you missed it, don't worry about it. Raps has, he's not been keeping his aim under wraps, that's for sure. He's running around, he's getting kills just like the one you're seeing here, Jim.
Feels really good to see this kind of performance from somebody who we always figured was bottom table support, more or less on a team yet again in Brazil. That